Welcome to Planting Joy Gardens.
Welcome back to Planting Joy Garden. As you can see, my season extenders are working. I still have crops growing, but it's that time of year. We're headed into December, and I need to harvest all that I can before the deep freeze hits. I will continue to use season extenders for some things, but we're going to do a harvest of my herbs. I'm going to harvest some lettuce today in my mini greenhouse. And I'm also going to harvest the Swiss chard and the mustards. My kale and collards, I'm going to leave as long as I can. There's nothing better than kale and collard greens that have been kissed by snow. So let's get the herbs harvested. The herbs I'm collecting today, I will be using fresh for holiday cooking as well as preserving to get me back around to springtime when I can gather more herbs. So I have my collection containers. You've seen me gather herbs before, so I will be doing this on time lapse high speed. Okay, so this is what I have so far. I have some bunching onions, I have some oregano, and some sage. I'm just going to add some thyme to this um, just to make sure that I have what I'm going to need during these very, very cold months. A lot of it will be used fresh, the remainder will be dry. So continue to follow along. There's more to harvest. Now that I've opened my mini greenhouse, I see that there is actually quite a bit that can be harvested here. Some more thyme, some rosemary, and I have lots of lettuce. I think I'm going to harvest a little bit of lettuce because I don't want it to go to waste. I can actually leave it growing in this mini greenhouse for a little bit of time. Let's get this done. And now for the green stock. Soil temperature is everything. So I have Swiss chard going here. And with the short days, low light, and cool temperatures, it is hard to maintain growing soil temperatures for the Swiss chard. So as I harvest, I will make a decision if I will just pull the plants or just do a light harvest. So let's harvest some Swiss chard. Oh, the planter looks really sad, but I decided just to harvest some of the leaves. I noticed that there was a lot of young leaf growth, so it is actively growing. So I just harvested what I can. I left behind a lot of the collard greens, as you can see here. But I think it was a wise decision to let this planter grow for as long as it can. So now we'll do a little harvest of the mustard greens and see how much growth we've had on the mustards and what we can collect today. One last thought about the collards. The collards are growing pretty well. It is slow growth, and I think these will benefit from another fertilizer feeding. It will definitely have to be liquid fertilizer because this is cold and granular fertilizer does not work well in the cold. Let's move on to the mustards. Mustard greens are truly hardy greens that do well in cold temperatures. I've been able to harvest from this raised planter every week since September. It's been wonderful. Now is a great time to like and subscribe. And this is what we have left in the mustards. I decided to just kind of harvest some leaves and continue to let it grow. So I have left large leaves and new growth leaves. I also uncovered some spinach that was growing underneath the mustards. And so let's take a look at the harvest overall. And here we go. I have plenty of mustards, Swiss chard, some sage, some thyme, rosemary, and some bunching onions. So this has been a great harvest overall. Let's see where exactly is. There's the thyme. Okay, there's some thyme in there. So yes, I have plenty to work with. I have so much more growing. The season extenders have helped me to be able to harvest here in December. The plants that are growing in the ground are growing a lot faster because they have warmer soil temperatures. But overall, this has been a great harvest. I have been able to produce my own leafy green vegetables and herbs well past my last frost date. It is December. I have never been able to grow this late into the season, but I am very thankful for what I've been able to produce, both in my containers, raised beds, and in my ground planters. So this is just one reason why everyone should be growing in their own yards. Everyone should be growing a kitchen garden. You can go out and harvest the groceries you need. And I would really encourage you to grow at least one staple in all of your herbs. So for me, that one staple is my leafy green vegetables. Thank you so much for joining me in the garden. We will come back, perhaps, for one last harvest, and hopefully it will not be a harvest in the snow. So have an amazing day and keep growing.